Skolnick Center and is a professor at Jagiellonian University. So I imagine that many of you know, but for those who are not as familiar with Polish cinema, Andrzej Chyra is a very popular Polish actor, both in theater and in film. And there are many things that could be said here about his credits. But maybe I'll just limit myself to saying that in addition to Wszystko co kocham, or All That I Love, which we just saw, his recent films include Das, 2011, The Deception, 2010, The Photograph, 2009, Katyn, 2007, which we saw here about a year ago, Strike, 2006, The Collector, 2005, and just about every year there are several more. It's a very impressive productivity, and we were very pleased to have him here to talk about this film. You and I are approximately the same age, and I was just curious as I was watching the film about your personal experience living through this time period. So there are a couple of things that are fascinating in the movie. You know, the sense of detachment from the political reality that is impending upon this teenager, and we of course all know what's coming. We catch the hints, and he's a little unaware. I'm just aware of, I wonder what your sense was of the political reality of 1981 for a teenager that age.
Yeah, it's true. I was the same age as the guys in the film. In 1981, I was 17, and next year 18 years old. So exactly the same age. I didn't play in a punk band, but I listened to this music. I listened to the other music as well. And of course, it was exactly like in the film. I think it's, from that point of view, it's a really realistic film. I mean, the young man who sees the world from the point when he sees that the world is coming crazy or very difficult, and the situation is strange, and on the other hand, he's growing up and he is falling in love, and he is just a boy in a school, and so that's of course that was as I remember really hard days, because I used to live in Lubin. It's on the southwest of Poland, and there were also very dramatic moments, people killed on the streets. So it was very close to my high school. So I remember it very well, and all these emotions. But of course, after some time, not very long one, after a few weeks, you of course could remember, forgot about it, and just to live your own emotions, lives, and to think about your girlfriend or somebody. So I think that film is very realistic. And when I was playing in this film, because in this film, this Jacek's, the director's father was a soldier, so he's talking about his somehow more own history than mine. But my father was was working in the mine, but he was in management. So he was in a party, because people who work in mines or something like that, in very important places. They were members of Polska Zjednoczona Partia Robotnicza.
Polish United Workers' Party.
Yes. But on the other hand, he was not a part of this. From my point of view, and I know it, I am sure, he was not a part of this of the system. He was just a man who was working in this environment and living in this environment. And I am a guy who was watching that, and it was not obvious if I have to fight with something, someone, or just to be there. But it was very, as I remember, very emotional, very strong for me these times.
And I would like to, I don't know, maybe ask you about the role of punk rock for you as a teenager in the 1980s. It was really something very important. And I'm just curious, was it important for you? And do you have your, I don't know, songs you really loved? And some of them reappear here.
The fact that I used to live in a town very far from Warsaw, from the capital, 500 kilometers, maybe from States it's nothing, but in Poland it's almost just on the board. And it's so I was listening to a lot of music in these times, from Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, but I was not listening a lot of the Deserter, for example. I was listening, for example, to Obywatel GT. GC. It was more. It was more commercial version of a punk, but of course I know that music. So I was listening a lot of music. I know that for Jacek, the director, it was more clear what he was doing. Maybe because he was a younger brother, just 2 years younger brother, so it's easier to be in a company and to make some strange and dangerous things. But of course, I remember this time that this music was very important. So, and that music for me never disappeared. I think for now, after this film, for many young people, for many young people, it was something new. It was. They could describe to know that music, but for me not. But this moment, if I remember this Sunday, I remember it very well. But I was going to ski, and I used to live in Polkowice. It is about 100 kilometers to the mountains. So I wake up at 5 in the morning. My mother made me a breakfast, prepared everything. I was almost ready, but the radio, unfortunately, was turned on. And 6 a.m. we've heard the first General Jaruzelski speech. And in this moment, I felt, okay, my ski is it's over. I don't go for a ski. My mother was no. And there was something. Of course, not to go for skiing in the day was not something very hard.
First, I'd like to say that was a phenomenal film. I really loved it.
But my question is actually about the Polish film industry, and I was wondering where it's based, what city is it located in?
I think it's two main places, I think Warsaw and Łódź. Łódź was a Polish film school for that graduated Polański, for example.
Thank you very much for this. And I hope that some of you will join us in the cafe for a little more conversation.